Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So before I hit this gym, I'm going to do this video real quick. I had to address this situation involving Cynthia G. I want to share my quick thoughts about this situation. As you all know, there are rumors that Robert Perkins got Cynthia G pregnant. There are some videos. When I get a chance, I'll post a link to a video that shows some messages between Cynthia G and this other YouTube personality where she's discussing this whole thing. So I hope you all can check that out. That summarizes the whole controversy and stuff like that. And I listened to Cynthia G's live stream yesterday. I listened to most of it. I didn't watch all of it. I don't have the hour and something and change to watch anybody's video. But I listened to, about half of it. And, she acknowledged that she made those messages, saying that she got impregnated and, making comments about Robert Perkins and all that kind of stuff. But in the video, she left it open whether or not she's still pregnant. So it's like we don't know if, at least up until the point that I watched it. Maybe there's something later that she said where she admitted it. But it's unclear whether she terminated her pregnancy or whatever. But she got pregnant by this guy, according to her, according to these messages, and according to what she's acknowledged. Now, some have said that maybe this is a publicity stunt, and that may be true. It's possible. I wouldn't put it as something that's impossible or something that's implausible. It's very possible that that could be the situation. We know that a lot of people here on YouTube are thirsty for attention. They will do damn near anything for views, some people. So I would not be surprised, but I would, part of me doubts that that's the case because I have respect for Robert Perkins, even though I don't agree with a lot of his talking points or whatever. I do have respect for him, and I do believe that he's somebody that's genuinely concerned about the plight of black people. So, and he comes across as an authentic person. He comes across as a real person, not one of these fakers, not somebody that puts on a front or anything like that. He comes across real authentic, and that's one of the things that makes him appealable to a lot of YouTubers and just people that watch YouTube and stuff. So I doubt that he would be a part of anything like that, or that he would sit back and not say anything when somebody's making these deliberate lies. That's my impression of him, but I could be wrong anyway. But I wanted to just quickly share my thoughts about this situation. Number one, Cynthia G is somebody that, lectures about black people being more responsible. She always talks about quote unquote dusty beta male coons. She talks about black men not living up to their responsibilities and all that kind of stuff. Talks about black men being promiscuous and all that. And if these allegations are true, I mean, this woman got with a man that in some ways epitomizes some of the things that she talks about. I'm not going to say the brother's dusty or anything like that. He's definitely not a dusty man. Like if her allegations are true about him being a responsible man taking care of his kids, then I won't say that he's dusty or anything like that. But you have to admit that it's irresponsible for someone to have 4 baby mothers and like 6 kids, according to what people are saying on YouTube. That's irresponsible. It's not model behavior. It's not what you would, want from somebody. Like if you had high standards and stuff like that, it seems like the last person in the world that you would pick to be with is somebody that has all these baby mothers and all these children that they're responsible for, and you want to add another child on top of that. So this is 5 baby mothers, if she's going through with this pregnancy and assuming that everything is true. So I think that makes her out to be a hypocrite, after lecturing black people about responsibility and talking about black men aren't this and black men aren't that. So that's one thing about this. It exposes the hypocrisy. It exposes, just how fallible a lot of these people are despite their high, sitting on their high horse and looking down at people and criticizing people. And now, the tables have turned, and now people are criticizing her. And I know that we all make mistakes in life and stuff like that, but for somebody that constantly lectures people and constantly acts like they're better than people and stuff like that, This is a moment where chickens are coming home to roost. This is a moment where karma is being manifest. So that's one thing that I had to talk about. Another point is this: this is an educated woman, and I don't like recall all the details of her education, but I know that she has a graduate. I think she got some graduate degree or whatever. She's a professional person, and the fact that she would go all the way across the country to be with somebody that she met on YouTube speaks to a desperation, man. Why would somebody that's, this educated, that, she's attractive, an attractive woman, why would they be in a position where they're so desperate that they're going to travel all the way across the country to be with somebody when they could be with, people in their own area? And I know that her area is probably predominantly white. She lives in Seattle or whatever. But to travel all across the country to be with somebody, to have sex with somebody, that speaks to desperation. Also, this whole situation just makes me think about another thing, and that's this, this whole bad boy situation, where, you hear a lot of these people in the black manosphere talk about how some of these black women, they will pass over a good black man to be with some dysfunctional, quote unquote, bad boy and stuff like that. And this epitomizes that again. Like, in some ways, it does epitomize that kind of situation. Because, again, this is a brother that has 4 baby mothers, at least according to people. This is a brother that got like 6 kids. This is a brother that got, that called himself the nigga with the tattoos, man. That tells you a lot. Again, although I had respect for this brother, the fact that you would have this educated woman choose to be in a relationship with somebody like that speaks to this whole bad boy syndrome among some black women, how like some black women, despite their education, despite their accomplishments, they tend to gravitate, some of them, let me be clear, some of them gravitate towards these types of people with that type of background, and then they want to complain about there not being any good black men out there. Yeah, so that's something that has to be addressed, and then it speaks to the dysfunction among some of our women. So that's something that has to be addressed, man. And it's like, another thing is this, like, I know that Robert Perkins, he's done like videos where he's talking about Team Natural and this and that, promoting natural hair. And he actually did some videos criticizing women with weaves and stuff like that. But here this brother is like with a woman with a weave. I mean, this whole thing is just hilarious. I mean, in many ways it's hilarious and it's sad at the same time, man. But anyway, man, I just had to chime in on this little YouTube situation just to share my quick thoughts about it. But anyway, tell me what y'all think, man. Y'all think this is a publicity stunt, or do you think this is legit? Do you think this is a sign of hypocrisy? And what do you think about the whole bad boy syndrome among some of our women and stuff like that? They would rather have a nigga with the tattoos instead of the educated brother. And I get it to some degree, because a woman wants to have somebody that's strong. They want to have somebody that's going to protect them. They don't want somebody that's weak and lame. And a lot of times some of the educated brothers do come off as weak and soft. And just because somebody has an education or a certain status or whatever, that doesn't mean that they're a good person. Somebody without the education or somebody with the tattoos could be a better person. They may have a better personality. But anyway, tell me what y'all think about this. I'm interested in hearing from y'all, man. So please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.